said, feast your eyes upon the horizon. Can I be the road, your rubber grip upon the car that you're driving? Can I be the cloth you perspire your entire weight upon as you wait upon a storm passing? Can I be the destination of your dorm days, the
What's going on, family?
of your youth? Can I be your guilty pleasure and pain to your sweet tooth? Can I be the water you float your boat on, the sea I sink my ship in? Can I be the
911 phone call you make when it's me
that make you sick? And can I be a pillow to your weary mind of coasting thoughts? Can I be the compass you hold in your hand when you lost, the hand that covers your feet when you talk, the mirror when you talk yourself out of the beat? Can I be the dreams that you want to have when you sleep? Can I be the bowl where you put your lips when you sip your milk in the morning?
What's up, y'all? See y'all coming.
When to your cell, the letters in your mail, your personal mail carrier, your lipstick and mascara.
That boy deep. I don't know who that boy is, but he deep.
Can I be the fix in your friend when you bed? Yes.
That boy right there, he deep.
Can I be the wine on your palate, the meat to your mallet, your path to that time of the month? And baby girl, that's no front. But all I'm asking is, can I be your all, your
keep coming
wondering wall, your wonder bra, your slumber jaws? Can I be the sheets that you sleep in, your peanut butter pecan, ice cream Sunday weekend? Baby, I'm asking you, can I be?
That boy deep. Get your tea ready, y'all. Hope you got your tea. Yep, about to go in. Alright, I'm gonna hit pause on that one. We gotta go in on this one. I'm welcoming everybody. Thank you for coming into the room. This is your enlightened messenger, here to bring you another enlightened message, like I always do. Bring you another enlightened message from on high. Hey, I'm in my tent, okay? Staying connected to the earth bed, staying grounded, keeping myself grounded, keeping myself, raising myself and my levels of consciousness up with the energies from the earth, being one with cosmic duality. Everything that you can think of, I am there with it. You understand? You understand? So let me just go ahead and just give you the title of this message, because, oh, by the way, who that guy was that you heard playing on who that guy was you just heard? Oh yeah, that was some guy, that was some poet, you know. That was some conscious poet, you know. He's really good, and he's a really good conscious poet, you know. And he's dope like that. He's really dope like that. That's a dope conscious poet right there that you were just listening to. So if you missed it, rewind this back, and you can hear me. You can hear that conscious poet again. Okay. Anyway, what did I title this message? I said what? Diving into the human psyche and breaking mental patterns, huh? We're about to dive into the human psyche. Huh? I'm hearing this beetle flying around my tent right now. Huh? So I said, this is the title. Diving inside the psyche of human patterns, breaking mental blocks. Make sure you get that right. Diving inside the psyche of human patterns, breaking mental blocks. What does this have to do with anything? What's going on, y'all? I see y'all keep coming in. Appreciate you coming in. What does this have to do with anything? Huh? We about to break some mental blocks. What is that? We're talking about your debilitations. We're talking about your hindrances and your hang-ups. We're talking about your hindrances and your hang-ups, your debilitations. These things that stop you from what? Growing. These things that stop you from reaching knowledge of higher self. These things that stop you from ascending. These things that stop you from your best. These things that stop you from your personal best. Your absolute best. Your greatness that you are created, that you are already are. See, the thing is, you are already great. But you're hung up on debilitations, and you're hung up on hindrances, and you're hung up on hang-ups. And you must understand why are you doing this? We're about to dive into the psyche of human patterns. Keyword human patterns. Keyword patterns. Keyword patterns. You understand? Because let's just go back to the origin of where this all come from. Let's just make sense of this all. You want me to play psychology today? Psychologist today? Let's play psychologist today. Let's just go back to the origin of where this all come from. Who we got? We got people already? Yes. So where this is coming from is, watch this. You say it's your gene, or you may blame something like, oh, I get it from my mama. You know, you always say that. Oh, I get this from my mama, or I get this from my daddy. When none of it is related to genes at all. None of it is related to genes at all. It's related to what? And we're about to go deep into this. That's why I said diving deep into the human psyche. All of it is related to epigenetics. As above, so below. Understanding that what? Thought. Understanding that it is thought that is creating everything that you have. Do you understand that you have 3 major causes of death in this country, America? You know the 3 major causes of death in this country? The 3 major causes? One of them, the first one, the third one, starting from the bottom up, 3 up. The first 3 major causes of death in this country, starting from number 3, is cancer. Starting from number 2, cardiovascular disease, which is the heart. And then in the first one, there's a word for it. I may not be able to pronounce it right, so I'm not even going to try to attempt. But for the layman's term, for the simple term, is people who are on prescription medication. There's a scientific term for it that I forgot the name, how they pronounce it. You understand? But there's a scientific term for it, they call it. But it's basically, in layman's terms, people that are addicted or not. And I ain't talking about like people that take it for recreational use. I'm talking about people who are prescribed these pills to be on these pills. It's a scientific term, but this is the major cause of death. It's not an addiction to prescription pills like a drug addict is addicted to crack cocaine or cocaine. It's not that. It's not that kind of addiction. It's the prescriptions themselves. It's the pills themselves. It's being prescribed pills that is killing a lot of people, killing the number 1 cause of death in this country. Is people on prescription medicine, not taking prescription medicine for recreational use, but being prescribed prescription medicine just because you may have pains in your back and stuff. For healing and aiding the symptom that you may have. A dis-ease in the body. And a lot of people are dying from simple taking drugs, taking pills. This is the number 1 cause of death. And so epigenetics has shown us that nothing is hereditary. Epigenetics have shown us nothing is hereditary. Dr. Bruce Lipton, the Honorable Dr. Bruce Lipton, who wrote the book, The Biology of Belief, and I read it many times. The Biology of Belief. Man studied biology, the cell body for 40 years. And the truth of the matter is this, is that we are not, and the truth of the matter is this, that we are not made up of an individual self. We are made up of 50 trillion cells, and every cell every cell is a life. So we are not, listen, so we are not an individual. We are a community. We are a collective of a community of cells, living, breathing organisms, small cell organisms that live inside us. All individual in themselves. They are all individual of themselves. So we are made up of a community of cells, of little people, literally, because our cells are Our cells are little people. Now watch this. Epigenetics shows this, that just like in thought, we create whatever in thought, and it affects our cellular system, our molecular system. When we have a thought in conscious mind, when we have a thought in our conscious mind, it is creating, this is why the law of, I hate when planes fly over me. I get distracted. I don't like the noise of planes flying over me. Have to stop. Anyway, so in conscious mind, in conscious mind, divine, listen to me. We are creating thought that does what? That then plays on our molecular system, which is creating our outcome, or creating our reality, or creating our results. It is through the molecular system, the little cell. We are giving thought to the little people inside. It's like we are God to the little cells inside of us, reacting and listening to the thought that we give them, the orders that we give them. So you got to think, epigenetics is what? As above, up here, so below in the body. But it is also cosmic duality. This is cosmic duality. As above cosmically, so below etherically on the earth plane. You understanding this? So because we live on a large body as well, we live in a body. The earth is a body, and the earth is inside of a body. We live in a body, and there's little bodies. Let me, excuse me. We live in the body, there's little bodies living in us, as we are a body living in the body. That body lives in the body. You understand? Everything that affects, everything that goes on universally in the cosmos is affecting the energies, and the waves and the signals are affecting that which is in this body called the earth plane. And then that which affects what's going on in the earth plane affects this body in this vessel, me and you. And what goes on in me and you consciously in our thought is creating the reality, the outcome of our molecular system, our cellular system, and inside of our body. This is epigenetics. This is biology 101. Dr. Bruce Lipton. You understand? I'm not coming from myself with this knowledge. I'm not coming from my own self with this knowledge. I'm bringing you divine knowledge. I'm bringing you divine knowledge from the Honorable Dr. Bruce Lipton. Are you understanding? So you must understand that. Let me open this up because my phone is getting hot and they need to breathe. So you must understand that what is causing, we're diving deep into the human psyche, we're diving deep into the psyche, breaking human patterns. We're diving deep into the psyche, the human psyche, breaking mental blocks and patterns. You are trapped and you keep creating. My phone is freezing. My phone freezing because it's hot. Let me unplug the charger and see if it stops getting hot. Okay, let's try that. So I think when it's charging, while it's charging, when I'm talking, it gets hot. So what happens is, hold on. I almost feel like it's going down. So what's happening is this. In your consciousness, you understand, we're addressing your debilitations. We're addressing your patterns. We're diving in the human psyche, addressing your patterns, your hang-ups, your hindrances, and your debilitations. And what is causing this is, we all know that this is thought, conscious reality. You understand? Epigenetics shows us that we live in the cosmic duality, as above, so below. But that goes for the body as well. That also for the body, as above in the head, in the mind, so below in the rest of the body. Are you understanding? And so your hang-ups, your debilitations, and your hindrances is coming from thought. Thought of what? Thought of a lot of insecurities. Thought of a lot of insecurities. Your debilitations is coming from thought of a lot of insecurities and unsurety of yourself. Unsurety of your, and I talked about this the other day, being a confident man, a confident woman. You must remove yourself from the emotion. You must remove emotion. so that you can grow. This is what's debilitating you. What's debilitating you is old patterns. See, epigenetics shows that nothing is hereditary. Nothing is hereditary. But why are people... Damn, I'm freezing. But why are many people dying from prescription pills? Do you want to know why? Why are many people dying from prescription pills? It has nothing to do with the illness that they think they have, but it has everything to do with what the doctor has told them they had, i.e. the placebo effect. Now, the doctor may diagnose you with the illness, but it is your job to accept it and believe it. And this is called breaking the human pattern. This is why we're diving deep into the psyche, breaking human patterns. We need to break the human patterns of belief, the belief that you've been buying into through the doctors. The doctors tell you one thing and you begin to believe it. Because you think his word is his word, his word is bond. You think his word is secure. And that's the problem. You are operating in insecurity. Because you're believing that his word is over your word, over your mind, over your thoughts. So his words plays an effect on your thoughts, and he prescribes you these pills, and you die from this. You die from the prescription pills that more than you do the symptom or the illness. You die from the prescription pills more than you do the illness. You don't die. It's number one cause of effect. It said that if people are dying from prescription pills, dying from prescribed pills. You understand it? Come on back. Come on back. The screen is freezing on me. Okay? So, dying from prescribed pills, we must break these mental blocks. We must break our debilitations. We must let go. We must let go in order. Let me know if y'all me freezing. Cause I see me freezing. Am I freezing to y'all? Let me know if I'm freezing. Somebody give me some sign that my phone is freezing. Cause I'm freezing on my side. Am I freezing on your side? I'll wait. Am I freezing? Nope. Then I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. So now we have to do what? We have to look at ourselves. We have to literally look at ourselves and see what's debilitating us, what's hindering us from our growth. Everything is thought. Everything is thought. Everything comes into thought. And the results of your thought is coming from a vibration, because the earth is all vibration. Energy is vibration. So you're literally vibrating towards you. You're literally vibrating towards you your debilitations. You're literally, I hear you. Okay. So it's working now. I can see me moving right now. Yeah, I see it. But I see me coming back right now. I see me. I look good right now. So Brandon, I think I'm good right now. I don't know. Maybe I just need to let some air get in the tent. It's hot in the tent. The phone get hot real fast. Yes. So I'm letting air get in the tent. Yeah, I know, because I'm probably I done opened up my tent so air can get in. You feel me? But what we must do to stop the debilitations is we must let go. Let go of what? Let go of our hindrances, our hang-ups, our emotions, and our debilitations. Well, what could be your debilitation? Because you may say, well, this is the way I am. This is how I am. I was born this way. I was like this. This is the way I am. Because my mama is like this. My daddy is like this. No, your mama and your daddy ain't got nothing to do with your thinking. Your mama and daddy ain't got nothing to do with your thinking. This is a pattern that you have created. And the pattern has come from what, though? The pattern has come from other people telling you the way it is. The pattern has come from others telling you the way it is, and you're buying into that belief. That's why the book Biology of Belief is key to read. It's a key book to read, Biology of Belief. Because even I wrote here on my board behind me, change your environment, change your biology. You got to understand that it is through your environment, are you what? Through your environment, are you being manipulated by other people's conscious mind? Are you being manipulated by other people's conscious thinking? Why? Because thought is vibration. Everything is vibration. Energy is vibration. So just you being in someone's energy field, you're receiving the vibration of that person. You know how you always say, I'm not feeling this person's vibes. You know that terminology you use? I'm not feeling your vibes. I'm not feeling his vibes or her vibes. That's where that terminology come from. Because you are in the energy field of someone's vibration that you're either feeling or you're not feeling. And so what happens is you're receiving their insecurity. This is why I said, like, I would not deal with anybody with debilitations and get caught up in their emotions, because if I got to be in your energy field and you are weak-minded, if I got to be in the space of a weak-minded person, then I'm receiving those vibrations, and I'm gonna have to start looking at and questioning my own insecurity. And I don't have any insecurity. I'm a confident man. But if I feel your vibration of insecurity, I got to get up out your space. If I feel your vibration of insecurity, I got to get up out your space, because that's coming on me, and I can't have that on me. I cannot have that on me. I don't need that on me. I don't like that on me, because I'm confident in myself. I don't need insecurities coming into my field. I don't need insecurities coming into my field. I need nothing but confident men and confident women in themselves. Not, be confident in yourself. When you come up and you speak to me, be a confident being. But we're diving into the psyche of human. We're diving into the human psyche, breaking mental patterns and blocks. And so you're blocked. You're blocked from growing. You're stopped and blocked from growing. You're blocked from growing because you're hanging on to your hang-ups, the things that keep hanging you up, hindering you from moving forward. I'm moving forward, and I don't want to have to turn around to look behind me and say, what's slowing you down? And that's all an insecurity problem. Even, I don't care what it is, if it's drugs, if it's having multiple sex with multiple men or women, if it's an eating problem that you have, habit that you have, whatever the pattern, whatever the pattern is that you are consciously going back to, you got to break that. You got to, and there's no such thing as it takes time. No, it ain't no take time, because we live in the cosmic duality where even God said 1 day is like 1,000 is like 1 day. But we live in a cosmic duality where there is no acknowledgement of space and time. There is no acknowledgement of time. My bad. There is no acknowledgement of time, only space. Only space. They looked at an atom and saw that there was nothing. They looked at an atom and saw all the particles in the protons and the neutron that makes up the electron and the protons that make up the atom. And then when they broke the atom all the way apart, they saw nothing there but space. There's nothing but space. This is Newtonian physics. This is Newtonian physics. Huh? Isaac Newton's physics, quantum physics. This is Newton's physics, Newtonian physics. When they broke the atom all the way apart, they only saw space. There's nothing but space. There is no acknowledgement of time. And see, you the one believe that everything takes time, or it takes time. It takes time. No, it don't take time. You can break your human patterns and your blocks and your mental blocks right now today. The thing is, you are either accepting it or not accepting it. That's the key. You either accepting it or you're not accepting it. Which one are you doing? Are you accepting it? Because if you are, you're saying, oh, it takes time. Then you're accepting your insecurity. You're accepting your flaw. You're not accepting that you're great. You're not accepting that you're great. You're not accepting that you're great. So you will settle for insecurity, talking about it takes time. It don't take time. It's a mental block. This is why I said it's a mental thing. This is why I said breaking the human, diving deep into the human psyche, breaking mental blocks, breaking patterns in mental blocks. This is all mental. This is all mental. All of this is mental. And once you realize that it's all mental, will you begin to see what? Will you begin to notice how quick you can stop and start something? How you can leave something alone? Because you remove your emotions now. You see, you hang on to your habits, you hang on to your debilitations, your hindrances, and your hangups because of an emotional attachment to it. Remove your emotions and you will be free. My saying is this: freedom is the absence of emotion. Freedom is the absence of emotion. Remove your emotions and you will become a free being. But you are attached to your debilitations and you want to stay there. And this is why you stop your own growth. You are stopping your growth because you want to stay in your debilitation. You want to stay in your hangups. You want to stay and dwell in your hindrances, not understanding that there is no acknowledgement of time. There is no acknowledgement of time. There is only space. Again, Newton's physics said that when you break the atom all the way down, they look inside the atom and saw nothing there but space. You're talking about right now. You're talking about literally in the cosmos. This is what it is. If you break down every atom, every molecule up in space right now, what you would get left is nothing but space, not time. Space. Only space. And so we're living in a cosmic duality, as above, so below. What's going on up there is actually affecting what's going on up here in our minds. And because the cosmos, the universe, is always operating in favor of itself, and we are a part of that. The universe is always operating in favor of itself, and we are a part of that. If we attune ourselves to that, if we align ourselves with that, then like I said last night, we will become a part of that natural flow, receiving the greatness that we already are. But we will receive the acknowledgement of it, knowing that we're great. This is why I call myself the enlightened messenger, because to be enlightened is to be all-knowing. Is to be all-knowing of myself, all-knowing of my higher self. What is my higher self? All that comes from the universe, all that comes from God, whatever you call it, all that comes from my higher self. I am receiving all that comes from my higher self. The knowledge of all that is in the cosmic duality that we live in, as above, so below. This is these are one and the same. There is no separation. You're separating that from this, and there's no separation. And so what's going on inside your thought processes, it's showing the result, because you have 50 trillion cells inside of your body. 50 trillion cells inside of your body. You are not an individual, as epigenetics have explained this. Dr. Bruce Lipton, The Biology of Belief. Go get the book. He explains that we are not an individual, but we are a community of living cells, little people, literally little people inside of us. Our cells are individual, because he said if you look inside the cells, you will see that they all have their own. They all have their own genetic DNA. They all have their own genetic DNA blueprint. Every cell has their own genetic DNA blueprint. And guess what? You can get them in line, in harmony with each other through what? Thoughts. You get your cell body in line and in harmony with each other through thought. Otherwise, if you allow them to run rampant and be individuals, you cause cancer. This is what causes cancer, because you got a rogue cell in the body. You got a rogue cell in the body. This is what causes cancer. Rogue cells cause cancer. You understand? When you get one trying to go the other way, like right now in the Society of America, I am a cancer cell, because I've decided to go the other way. I don't follow the way society is going, because that's the way to death. That's the way to my lower self. That's the way to death in my lower self. I'm not going the way of America and the way America is going with society. I stood out and went my own way. So in their eyes, I'm a cancer cell. But naturally, I'm not a cancer cell, because I'm only going with the natural flow of the universe and the earth. I'm going with the natural universe of the earth. And see, this is why we have cancer, because we're going against the natural flow of earth, of the universe. This is why cancer comes into play, because we're going against the natural flow of things. And we're stuck in our patterns, and we're stuck in our ways. And once you start to break these mental blocks and these mental patterns, will your body come into harmony with itself, come into alignment with itself, and you will start to see a process of what? Great thinking, and you will return to your higher self, greatness. And your body will stop what? Your body will stop having rogue cancer cells in it. Because you've gotten into what? You've gotten into the natural flow of the universe. Because there's an energy on the universe. There's an energy on the universe. In the universe, there's an energy here. There's an energy on this planet. There's energy in the universe. There's an energy on this planet. As above, so below. And we are receiving that energy. Regardless if you believe it or not. You better believe in it. You better believe in it. Because this is affecting your whole biological makeup. It's affecting your whole biological makeup. You understand this? So we need to learn to do what? We need to learn to stop giving things time and say, oh, it takes time. You know what I was thinking? I was not thinking, but I mentioned something to a person the other day. And I said, if I come across a female and the energies are aligned, guess what? And I'm feeling this elation. If I'm feeling this elation about this one woman, then guess what? I don't have to wait for time to say that I love her. I don't have to wait for time to say that I love her because I operate in my higher self, which is God. God is love. So why am I going to say, oh, let's give it a year before I say I love you? No, I love you right now because I operate in love. God is love. I love you right now because I'm in my higher self, and my higher self is all love. And so I don't operate in guesswork. I don't operate in hangups. I don't operate in hindrances. I don't operate in unsurety. I operate in confidence. I operate in confidence, and my confidence allows me to live at my higher self. And because I get to live at my higher self, if I meet a woman and we become so elated with each other with feelings and these energies that are going off with each other, I could tell that woman right then and there, I love you. And I would truly mean that from the bottom of my heart. Why? Because in my higher self, I am at the ascension of God. In my higher self, I am at the ascension of God's status. And everything about God is love. And so if I am at the ascension of God's status and everything about God is love, then what does that make me? A loving being, a loving vessel. Everything I am is love. So I don't say I like you until a year comes. I don't say I like you. No, I say I love you. I don't say let's wait for a year because I have no acknowledgement of time. I don't hang on to those hindrances and those blocks. I don't hang on to those hang-ups and limitations. I don't hang on to those. You understand? I move forward with the universe because I am in the natural flow with the universe. So I move forward with the universe. I move forward with the universe because I am in the flow with the universe. And I am telling myself that I love myself so highly, so much that I love you, because that's how much I love myself, to where I'm not gonna love myself and not get with you and I don't love you. No, I love you. If our energies align and you are of my mind and I am of we are of one mind, you understand? If we are of one mind and our energies align, then I'm not gonna wait to say I love you. Because if you are of this mind, of this consciousness, living in the higher realms of consciousness, living in the higher self of consciousness, if you are that, then you are of God, and God is all love. And so God speaks love. God speaks love. God speaks love. Everything about God is love. God speaks love. So I'm not going to wait to say I love someone. I operate in that. I operate in love. I am of my higher self. I am of love. So if I meet a woman and our energies align, our energies match, hey, I love you. And I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I'm not going to say that. Check my phone again. It's right, let's go. Let's go back. Okay. We good. I think we good now. Let me turn around. My bad, y'all. I just gotta make sure my phone's not freezing on y'all. Okay, so that way I could kind of see some movement and make sure I ain't freezing. All right, so let's keep going. So anyway, back to my point. Back to my point. See, I can see me moving, so I can tell if it's freezing or not. Back to my point. We make sure that we are understanding that the download is about breaking mental blocks, diving deep into the human psyche, breaking mental blocks and these patterns that we keep giving ourselves. You need to understand. Here go another plane, y'all. What must be understood is that everything is formed through thought. And our thought is controlling what? Those 50 trillion cells that are living inside of our body. That are living inside of our body, we are controlling. So you're not an individual. Dr. Bruce Lipton said this. We're not individuals. We're made up of a community of cells. There's 50 trillion of them, and they all have their own DNA, their own genetic blueprint. They all have their own genetic blueprint, and what's causing cancer in the body is that it's because one is going against the nature and the harmony of the body. But where are they getting the information from? Because DNA is information. So where are they getting the information from? Because DNA is information. Where they are getting the information from thought. They're getting the information from you, from thought. But so what's causing your hang-ups then in thought? What's causing hang-ups? Well, because of the consciousness of the environment. This is why I said change your environment, change your body. Change your body. It's the environment. The environment is causing your hang-up. The environment is causing your cells to go rogue and become cancer. You understand? Because your cells can go rogue inside the body, but what's keeping your body together? What's keeping you poised right now? Keeping your body flowing. But a lot of your body's not flowing right now together. A lot of your bodies is not in the natural flow, in the natural rhythmic flow right now. You got pain on, and pain is coming from all these things, all these hangups, all these hindrances, all these hangups and blocks that is going on inside your body is coming from thought. It's all coming from thought. It's all coming from thought. As Dr. Bruce Lipton said, that we are made up of 50 trillion cells. We're not an individual. We're made up of a community of cells. Each one of them are an individual. They all have their own genetic blueprint. They all can do their own thing if you just let them. They will all do their own thing if you just let them. I can see myself moving. I hear you, Tav. I'm seeing myself move though, so I'm thinking it's still working, right? I came outside the tent. I got outside the tent. See my tent? Look at my tent. Yeah, y'all like the tent. I got outside the tent so I could get ate up by mosquitoes. That's what I did. I got outside the tent to get eaten up by mosquitoes, so I could bring you this download. But I'm gonna keep going and my phone is, and the only reason my phone is hot because the battery is low. That's the only reason my phone is hot. The battery is low, 7% left. So I'm gonna be ending this thing off real quick. But I think I gave you enough if you go back and watch it from the beginning. And as I was saying, we must change our environment in order to change our biology. Now, in order to change your hold on. Yeah, hold on, bro. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it right now, man. It's only 7% left, so I probably won't be coming back because it's only 7%. So I'm gonna just get off. When I get off, I'm gonna just let the phone charge and chill. Night on the night, it's how I feel. Thought is creating what's going on, epigenetics, as above, so below. As above, so below. Thought is creating everything that is happening to us inside of our body. And so you blocks and you got hangups and you got debilitations. For what reason? Because you know patterns. And you keep giving things time. You say, oh, this takes time. It takes time. No, it doesn't take time. Because in the cosmic duality, when you look at the atom and when they break the atom down, there is nothing there but space. When they break the atom all the way down, they saw there was nothing there but space. There was nothing there but space inside the atom. There is no understanding of time. There is no understanding of time. When you have no understanding of time, you don't age. When you have no understanding of time, you don't age. You don't get sick. You understand? Because you don't live within the patterns. You've broken yourself out of these patterns. So you don't get sick. You don't age. These type of things. We're supposed to live for hundreds and hundreds of years. But we buy into the acknowledgement of time. And so we aged. It became a belief of ours. So we bought into the belief of time, and so we age with time because you bought into the belief of time. The goal is to not buy into the belief of time. The goal is to understand that there is no time. There's only space. There's only space. That gives you vast room. That gives you vast opportunity to do what? To say you can stop smoking right now if you wanted to. You don't have to wait. There is no such thing as time. So why would you say, let me wait 2 or 3 years? Well, guess what? 2 and 3 years from now, that same space is still there. That same space in that time is still there. Let me say it again slow. If you say, oh, I need to stop smoking. Oh, I'll wait for a year. I'll stop smoking next year. Well, guess what? Next year, the same space exists. There is no time, only space. The same space exists from the time you say, let me stop smoking, to next year, and you stop smoking. Nothing existed but space. There was no time. You just decided that you wanted to stop smoking here. That's when you stopped smoking. There is no time. You must understand that there is space, only space. And you must live understanding that thought is creating your whole conscious reality, creating your whole environment. Change your environment, change your biology. Because guess what's happening? You're living in a cosmic duality. And that's the same with your body. Your body is living inside of your cellular system is living inside of a cosmic duality as well. It's getting its conscious thought from who? From you. And those cells operate in harmony. Those cells are going to operate in your system of belief. Those cells are going to operate in your system of belief through your thinking, through your consciousness. They're going to operate in that flow. What you tell them to, what you can command your cells to do. You can command yourself in your cells, your cells. You can command your cells to do that which you want it to do by thought, controlling it by thought. You keep hanging up and giving yourself all these debilitations and all of these hindrances is because of your insecurity, your lack of confidence, your lack of being sure of yourself. Your lack of being sure of yourself. You're giving yourself all these insecurities, and that's why I can't be in the vibration with somebody who has a lot of insecurities, because I'm so confident in myself. I'm so confident in myself that I don't need to be operating in the space of a person with a lot of insecurities and someone stuck in their emotions. Because I am free of my emotions. I am free of emotions. Does that mean I don't become happy? I don't get angry? I do get angry. Yes, I do get happy, but I don't let it be momentary. I don't let it linger, and I don't let it rest. I don't let it linger and carry it over. I don't let it linger and I don't carry it over. When the time after is time, when the time to laugh comes about, that's when I laugh. When the time for me to smile comes, I smile. When the time for me to be angry, I get angry, but I don't carry it over until the next moment. When it's time for me to be angry, I get angry, but I move past that. I send quickly past that anger. I don't linger on it and hold a grudge for 3 and 4 or 5 days. I don't even hold on to it more than 5 minutes. I only get angry and stay angry in that moment, whatever the moment is. The moment I remove myself from the anger, the moment I remove myself from the situation, the anger goes away, because I've allowed myself to let go of my emotions. So the moment I remove myself from a hostile situation, the anger is gone immediately. I don't hold on to it. My man Josh said he got a question. Ask your question, Josh. You ain't gotta ask me. Ask your question, Josh. So let me speak it. So what you're saying is true. If time does not exist, the older version of you, if it is an advanced being, can enhance the mortal you in this current space time. This is true. Listen, going back to your question, if time does not exist, the older version of you, the older version you're talking about, older and like older age, like senior citizen, or older like past, like old like in the past, or old like in older years? What do you mean by older? The older version of you, if it is an advanced being, can enhance the mortal you. Oh, okay, I get you. Yes, the older you can. Yes, you can in it right now. You don't have to wait to be 50 to wisen up. You don't have to wait to be 50 years old to become into your 50 years of knowledge and experience or knowledge of self. You don't have to wait. If you're 25 right now, you don't have to wait to 50 to receive the knowledge of a 50-year-old. You understand? You can be that. You can be that man right now. You can be that 50-year-old, 60-year-old, 70-year-old right now without taking on the aging process. Without taking on the aging process, because time does not exist. Is exactly right, my friend. So we can be that older vessel in conscious thought. You know, they always say, go to the older men, you know, they're wise. Well, I don't need to go to an older man. If I want his wisdom, I can download his wisdom right now. You understand? If I want wisdom, I can download it right now. You understand? If light years, if I want that wisdom, I can download that wisdom right now, as I am already there. See, I've ascended past. Exactly what you said, light years. I've ascended past. Yes, light years. I'm light years ahead. I'm light years ahead. I've ascended past my older, age. In spirituality, I'm 425, 460 or something around there. In spirituality, I'm about 460 years old. I've ascended light years ahead of my time. In spirituality, I've ascended light years ahead of my time. I'm somewhere around 460 years old, because I have the knowledge of being on this plane for almost 460 years. I'm around 460 years old because I've received the knowledge of that accumulation of time, sort of say, quote unquote, time. I've received 460 years worth of knowledge as someone who have lived here for that long. I am light years ahead of myself. I am in the age of a 460-year-old vessel. Yes, that's true. I'm light years ahead. You understand? So he say right in this present time by hacking into your hacking into your DNA, my friend Ja. You understand? This is exactly right. Epigenetics, and there is no time. There's only space. There is no time. There's only space. So we live in a cosmic duality. And so when you break down the atom, what you want nothing but space. So in that space, there's infinite C. You understand what I'm saying? In that atom, there is infinite C. So you can live in the infinite C right now. You don't have to wait to an older age, or you don't have to wait to meet your maker. You don't have to wait to any of that. You can live in the infinite right now. In the break. Your limitations you are setting, and you got limitations of age and time all on you. You got limitations of age, you got limitations of time, you got limitations of what you need to do next year, and you're planning for next year. When none of that matters. It's the present right now. You live in the present. Live in the space right now of the present, because in the present is infinity, and you can manifest right now the infinity of what you say you want 5 and 6 or 7, 8 years from now. You can manifest it right now. I don't have to wait till I'm 50 to receive the knowledge of a 50-year-old. I've already ascended light years ahead of that anyway. You understand? I've already ascended light years ahead of that. Let me read. By eliminating your worldly perceptions of time. Yes. A room full of people who think like this would be powerful. That's right, my friend. Yes, I see you're on the same page. You're on the same wavelength. Get there and meet me there. Stay up there with me. Stay enlightened. Stay on that cosmic, stay on that path and that journey with me, bro. Because a lot of people need to understand, if you remove time, you can become an infinite, immortal being. Understanding that we are all conscious beings, number one, any doggone way. And because we are all conscious being any doggone way, I'm always going to be immortal. I'm always going to I'm a stay an immortal being. What does that mean? See, you want this to go into the topic of reincarnation. But I don't have to reincarnate in nothing. Because if you watch the movie Lucy, go watch the movie Lucy. Go watch the movie Lucy with Scarlett Johansson in it. And when she reached 100% of brain capacity, she became obsolete, but she became conscious, omnipresent. She became obsolete and omnipresent. I'm gonna watch that movie tonight. That movie Lucy with Scarlett Johansson in it is a good movie. You need to understand through understanding consciousness. And in that movie, she shows you what? She shows you when she reached 100% brain capacity, full brain capacity, she became obsolete, omnipresent. She became conscious in everything. She didn't have to come back as something else. She didn't have to reincarnate as a dog or a cat or a cow. She was in every damn thing. What you talking about? What you mean reincarnate? Reincarnate in what? I don't have to reincarnate. I'm omnipresent. I don't have to reincarnate. I'm in everything. Because I understand there is no time. There's only space. I'm in everything. There is only space. I'm in everything. And space is everywhere. Space is everywhere. So I'm in everything. I'm present with space right now. I'm not even here. Literally, I'm not here because my conscience is in space. I'm light years ahead of this vessel. My vessel is, I'm ascended. But every time I bring you this download, I'm ascended. But every time I bring you this download, I must descend to you because you're stuck on the lower realm. I must descend to you because you're on the lower realm. But I know how to ascend down the Kundalini spirit. You understand? Mastering the Kundalini, I know how to ascend up and down that thing. I know how to descend, come down here to speak to you, and then I go right back to my righteous place. And understanding that there is no time, only space, then that makes me what? Omnipresent. I'm everywhere because space is everywhere. Go watch Lucy and you'll understand what I'm talking about. Lucy was everywhere when she became obsolete, when she became 100% conscious of herself. She became obsolete. She didn't die. She didn't die. She ascended. And when she ascended, she became omnipresent in everything. She was in everything. She was in the air. She was in the wind. She was in the computers. She was in the chair. She was in the tables. She was in every single thing. You understanding this? She was in everything. This was beautiful. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. I hate that I gotta end this download because my phone is, even with the phone charged up, it's still dying. I got 3% left. Man, it's good. I ain't want to quit. I'm gonna have to quit, but I might come back tonight. I might have to do something different, man. I may have to come back tonight and come back with y'all tonight. around about 12 o'clock and give y'all this download, finish this download in another hour. Let my phone charge so it's not heated up. I'll come back to y'all in like another hour. Man, I can't believe I got to get off this phone with y'all because I'm at 3%. But let's keep going. I'm going to ride this thing out. So when you understand that there is nothing but space, this is how you let go of your limitations. This is how you are able to let go of your debilitations. This is how you are able to let go what you keep calling your hang-ups and what you keep calling what's hindering you, your habits. There is no habit. We live in the vast universal space. There is no habit. There is no recognition of habits. There is no recognition of habit. There is only but space, and in space there's freedom. Why am I going to attach myself to something when I started out as free? Why would I attach myself to something when I started out as free? And then you attach yourself to something. When you attach yourself to things, you lower yourself. You descend yourself, and you descend yourself attaching yourself to things. And when you descend yourself attaching yourself to things, do you become what? You become hung up on patterns, blocks, habits. All these things are blocking you from growth because you are constantly attaching yourself to things. Why would I attach myself to things when I started out as free? Huh? I want to stay free. My goal is to stay free. How can I stay free? Not attach myself to things, mainly my emotions. Mainly my emotions, because you get hung up in your emotions. You are lowering yourself. You are in the lower self. When you get hung up on your emotions, you are in the lower self, and you stay there because you keep riding on the wave of emotion. And freedom is the absence of emotion. Yes, you can be happy. Yes, when the time to laugh comes, when there's a time to laugh, you laugh. The time to cry, you cry. Yes, you can be emotional. When the time to be angry, you be angry. But you don't get over from the situation you're in to the next situation you go into. You don't carry it over. You let it go at that moment. Let it go. Keep moving forward. Keep progressing forward. Keep going forward. Stop allowing your debilitations to hang you up. Stop allowing your hindrances to keep you from moving forward because you're attaching yourself, because you keep yourself attached to your emotions. We live in a vast space. Space doesn't recognize time. Space doesn't recognize habits. If I say I want to quit smoking cigarettes right now, I can quit right now. Why am I going to say I quit in a year? Space from a year, from the time you said it to the year from now is the same space. It's the same space. We live in the vast majority of space. It's the same thing. So I'm not gonna say if I want to quit, I can quit right now, because it's all through my conscious thought that I'm creating what? Harmony or disharmony with my many selves, my cells in my body, the many individual people in my body. Am I creating harmony or disharmony with the individual cells in my body? Because every cell in the body has its own genetic blueprint, and I can command them with my thought. And my body becomes in harmony with that or disharmony with that. If I'm creating disharmony with that, then cancer comes in. Cancer comes in. Sickness and illnesses comes in. I don't want sicknesses and illness coming in. I want nothing but wholeness and being healthy. So I must do what? I must remain a being. I must remain a being always in conscious thought. Detaching myself from my emotions and my hindrances and my hang-ups, my patterns, my blocks, my habits, which I have none. I've learned how to let them go. I've learned how to let things go. I don't have habits. I'm being honest with you. I'm not being facetious. I'm being honest. I have no vices. I have no vices because I learned. I used to do this all the time when I used to drink soda. I used to quit drinking soda for a year, and then I go back to drinking soda, quit it for a year, go back to drinking soda, until I finally decided to be like, I'm done drinking soda. I'm not doing it ever again. And this was 3 years ago maybe. I stopped drinking soda. The last time I had a soda was maybe 3 years ago. The last time I ate McDonald's was longer, 7, 8 years ago. I mean, all this stuff was making sense to me back then. I stopped eating McDonald's and stuff a long time ago. You understand? And as I kept eating more and more and more, better and better and better and better for myself, the more and more and more I began to wake up. All right, man. So I'm going to get off here and I'm going to come back tonight. That's what I'm going to do. Y'all be here at 12 o'clock with me, all right? I appreciate y'all being in the room with me. Come back at 12. We got to finish this. We got to finish this. Come back at 12. If you're up, come back at 12. We got to finish it. All right? We're going to get into this deep. Appreciate y'all being here. I'm out. Peace.